Kuwait Fire Service Directorate outlines the mechanism of work in an emergency operations center during the COVID-19 pandemic. We go live to our correspondent Hadil Fahad with this issue.
Thanks, Abdulrahim. Good afternoon to you and good afternoon for all who's watching our news. The Emergency Dispatch Center here at Kuwait Fire Service Directorate work around the world 24 hours to receive all notifications and deliver them to the fire stations. To talk more about this topic, I'm pleased to join with Colonel Dr. Mshari Al-Faras, the head of Emergency Dispatch Center at Kuwait Fire Service Directorate. In the beginning, let's say thank you, Dr. Mshari, for all efforts that made by your department, specifically in these circumstances. And we want to give a clear image for our viewers about how it's going on, the mechanism and the procedures. The first question, want to know, since you get an emergency call, what are the procedures and how you are dealing with it?
Good afternoon, Hadil. Thanks for having me, and welcome to the Fire Service Emergency Dispatch Center. The main task of the fire and rescue services worldwide is to save lives and properties. When the calls receives to the fire dispatch center, the fire dispatcher here try to collect all the relevant information about the type of the incidents and the address, then to locate the nearest fire station or stations which need to be deployed to the incident and to follow up with these fire stations till they back to their stations. Currently, we have got 42 fire stations. These stations distributed in different geographic locations, for example, the seaside, the airport, the urban areas, and the borders areas. The response time, our response time standard for the urban areas is 8 minutes.
Lieutenant Colonel, since this, now in these circumstances and after this spread of COVID-19, did the types of call changed?
The calls, the emergency calls remain the same. However, during the full curfew in the countries, most of the incident calls was, focused on the dwelling houses. At the same time, the outdoor fires or incidents were decreased during the full curfew in the country.
So if you receive an emergency call and fire or others accidents or something else, and you know that there is someone infected with the COVID-19, what are the procedures?
Well, in addition to the basic firefighting kits or personal protective equipment, such as the firefighting kit and breathing apparatus, the Health and Safety Unit in Kuwait Fire Service distributed Type C suits, surgical masks, gloves to all the fire stations to ensure their safety during the pandemic. And in terms of business continuity management, the top management in the fire service requested all the fire stations to prepare like an emergency team to replace any station that's affected with the coronavirus.
Thank you so much, Dr. Mshari Al-Faras, the head of Emergency Dispatch Center at Kuwait Fire Service Directorate. Great efforts made by the Fire Service Directorate. They are continuous effort to deal with the incoming call and dealing with the accident, difficult and different accidents. And they are trying always to help people and to save their lives. We have to say thanks for everyone working in this department and also who's working in the Fire Service Directorate. And we ask Allah to protect always the firefighters, inshallah. That's all what I have, Abdulrahim. Back to the studio.
Thank you, Hadid, for that insightful live coverage.